Hello YouTube, this will be my build guide for Steel Path Circuit and Excalibur and what I recommend. This guide is intended for pretty much everyone. This isn't just exclusive to people that really like Excalibur. This is including people that don't ever really want to play Excalibur, but let's say it's your only real option. There's just some conceptual things to understand and some basic recommendations, and then a lot of variability within that based on however you have him polarized. Will sort of be that flexibility. So the important things to understand, and there's really a few things that you absolutely want. And to start, we'll just go into the Exalted Blade, because by far the best option is just going to be an influence build, and that does come with the fact that DE did in fact change at some point the way combinational elements work with decrees. So when you get a toxin damage decree or heat damage or something or cold, it's not going to sit there and combine with your electricity. So then you can maintain your electric while also spreading things like toxin, viral, cold, heat. Pretty intense, and it's a lot of fun. So the things that are important on this, really none of it because it's so overkill, but you at least want some combo duration. The rest of this kind of doesn't matter too much. Notice Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds are on here. Weeping Wounds is still important, even if you're running Chromatic Blade, because Chromatic Blade doesn't apply to the heavy attack. And the heavy attack, when you're at full combo, this at least gets it to where you're at 100% in combination with the 120% status chance here. That's pretty important, because then you can proc influence with it. And then stacking a bunch of elemental damage. Combo duration, obviously. And then these really don't matter. You can run Condition Overload if you want, depending on how you have things polarized or just what your preference is. Condition Overload will scale well here, but it's all overkill. Really doesn't matter. Same with crit chance. You don't need the crit chance because there's decrees that give you crit chance on melee damage. And then also some crit damage. So it really doesn't matter that much. So you can run Galvanized Steel if you want here, and Condition Overload just perfectly fine. The important thing to know here is I personally think the 40% heavy attack efficiency is worth far more than 60% status chance. So between these two mods, this is my recommendation. Getting into the actual Warframe build, some important things to know here. If you're running this on Umbra, I highly recommend with Warcry running Warrior's Rest. Now, I don't have an Umbra Steel Path Circuit build because I don't get him as an option. For those of you that might wonder, it's supposedly based on usage, and I'm probably a few thousand hours or a couple thousand hours from being able to have Umbra as my most used Warframe. So just keep that in mind. Now, with knockdown immunity, because if you're running Warrior's Rest here on a build like this, to get knockdown immunity, you can get that from both the Overguard decree, which you're going to want, or the decree that gives you knockdown immunity. The other option here, too, is Unaru is just as effective. Strength doesn't matter, so you don't need Matter Eye. You don't need pretty much anything. You don't even need Narman, because the other thing you can do here is whatever weapons you happen to be getting for your rotation, you could just put Dexterity Arcanes on them if you can. You could have a separate build that just has Dexterity Arcanes, because these are just going to be stat sticks. You have to equip them, so you might as well equip them and put Dexterity Arcanes on them. Going back into this, there's a few things that I think are required. As usual, some sort of energy to shield conversion is important. Whether you get that from Brief or Spite, I think this is the most valuable slot, the most valuable way to get this by like a long shot. There's really nothing else that's going to be this effective on this slot. So you really just want Brief or Spite. You want Chromatic Blade, Fierce Javelin, and Eternal War. Eternal War is just such huge quality of life, and also the ability to snapshot, because this will snapshot based on what your initial cast is, similar to Exalted Blade. So this is just, there's no sense in not running it. The important thing you want to do here is just stacking range. And I think between Stretch and Overextended, you get plenty of range, because you don't really need any modded on strength. I could even get rid of this and be just content. If you don't have the polarities for something like this, this was probably even a waste of a mod slot. I'd be better off putting like this in here. Honestly, this is probably even better because you don't need this. You get so many sources of insane strength in Steel Path Circuit, including the Corrupted one. If you happen to see this one, it's the one that sacrifices melee damage or weapon damage for power strength. Every single time I've gotten that one, it doesn't even seem like that weapon damage, that loss of weapon damage even affects Exalted Blade. So it's quite possible, or it's just the fact that when you get like up to 600% strength from that, you get an absurd amount of strength, and that's just going to overweigh and overpower any sort of loss of weapon damage. So even something like this, and then this is a flex slot. If you don't, I kind of just like having this on here as an option for shield gate. I've gotten used to it. I really like it. But you could run something like Equilibrium, because this is going to be an important thing to run. I run at least one Archon Shard, because there is a decree that gives you just tons of health orbs, and then you're gonna help. This is gonna help you convert those into energy and maintain your energy economy. But equally as important, you do want 2 of these, 2 or 3. Really, it depends. If you don't ever really play Excalibur, just throw like 3 of these on here, and then like a casting speed shard and maybe like a starting energy shard, and then run Equilibrium on him. So just a combination of that, whatever it is that you happen to be able to fit. If you're just running regular Archon Shards on him, then probably 3 of these yellows, if those are pretty cheap and you have them in abundance. And then obviously you just want at least 1 casting speed. It just feels better. If not 2. You could even mod in, like instead of this, you could run in talent. Same here, you could run the natural talent mod. Yeah, this guy. It's pretty flexible. I think there's just fundamentally the core thing to understand is you want range, you want some duration. This Archon one does actually impact, because there is instances where you get toxin damage. So this is better than just primed continuity. But is it required? No. But just realize you don't need strength. You get a ton. You get an absurd amount. You can get into the thousands in strength with a build like this, just from decrees. And then you can run Archon Flow or Primed Flow. Archon Flow does work here, but I think because of the fact that you're going to get an absurd amount of strength and you're running Warcry, you're going to get the armor you need to be able to stack this up to its max. You're not going to have to worry about statuses reducing that, because you're going to be overguarded a lot of the time, and then you're getting that armor anyway, so you might as well do it. I think that's pretty simple to explain there. This is a flex. I think this is probably the most valuable out of all of them, because there's really no decrees that give you melee damage in this way. And condition overload, sure, if you ran condition overload, then this is going to be really powerful for you as well as just a raw source of melee damage. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter. If you wanted to run something else, whatever, if you have a preferred arcane, go for it. One of the really interesting things you could run if you wanted to try it, because the important thing to understand about at least one of Excalibur's abilities, Radial Javelin. If you wanted to run a Radial Javelin build for this, you can actually do it. And I'll sort of loosely show this, because the thing you'll have to do is you'll have to get stealth. And the problem is evade doesn't really stack that well on a Warframe like Excalibur. But you need to get invisibility to get crit damage on Radial Javelin in this scenario. This is the only way to get it, because you don't get a companion, so you can't use Tenacious Bond to do it. And then you need a source of crit on it. And because you don't have a companion, you can't get Charm, and this is the only way to do it. So very similarly to some of my other builds, you could run this, and it would work. You would probably just want to run, like, Overextend in order to get more range on it. But it is a viable strategy that you could do, because if you look at some of my gameplay, I do have a lot of gameplay showing versions of this, and some of the ways that I play Steel Path Circuit. You can see Radial Javelin actually basically nuke the map, because it does spread status effects when you get that decree, and it strangely gets like Toxin and some of the other stuff. Like when you get the headshot spreads Toxin, that one somehow applies. That's where I was experimenting with trying to see if Evade did actually proc off Radial Javelin. It doesn't in regular missions, but I haven't been able to confirm whether or not it does in Circuit specifically. But just keep that in mind. If you wanted to run an absolutely brain-dead influence build, which is probably going to be the best thing to do, pretty much just run exactly what I'm showing here on Umbra, obviously, unless you have Excalibur Prime as your option. And then some important things to note that I'll mention here that might not be something you're familiar with. I would recommend toggling this while running this build and then just treating it like it's a normal weapon. You're not sitting there holding or spamming your quick melee. This is a huge quality of life. I've ran this toggle since the beta. This is how I played the game since then. So I would recommend toggling this and then just toggling it back off when you're done with your Steel Path Circuit run. So if there's any questions, anything that you think I missed, feel free to leave a comment below and I can answer those. There's a lot of flexibility here. You just want range, you want some duration, strength doesn't matter. And influence is pretty powerful, especially with Warcry at high strength. Thanks for watching.